Today we're going to be taking a look at the best holy build that you guys can have for any great sword in Elden Ring. We are going to be very OP, dealing an insane amount of damage of holy and strength. We are going to be focusing on level 150 build, light enough to get out of trouble, high poise to withstand any hit. Also in return, we're going to be dealing an insane amount of damage. I'll show you what attributes you're going to be using, as well as different type of talismans and options to be able to rock this build. If you like how that sounds, a like is much appreciated. And also thank you for those that also hit that subscription button. We got more Elden Ring builds coming up for you guys. And a big thank you for those that hit that thank you button and also join the Bolt Nation, because you guys help us out keeping the dream alive. Now let's get started, and we are going to be focusing on two weapons. The first weapon is going to be the Gargoyle's Black Blade. This weapon here is the best physical holy damage that you guys can have. This is the number go-to weapon if you guys want to deal the highest amount of physical and holy damage, 298. You are going to be hitting hard to your foes. This weapon attributes requires are faith and then strength and dexterity. The second weapon we're going to be using is the Inseparable Sword. This one's also going to be dealing 240 physical damage and 240 holy damage. But the main weapon is going to be this one. As you guys see, that is a lot of holy damage, and we are going to be taking advantage of that and optimizing it. And we are also going to be using the Guard's Lair Seal, because this one is going to help us out to maximize our incantations potency. And that's what we want to do in this build itself. Just pretty much take advantage of the game mechanics and optimize everything that we have within this build. Now, the Gargoyle's Black Blade weapon, this one you guys can acquire it by pulling up in your map, and this one is going to be located in this section by the Bestial Sanctum. It's a big ugly bird. Defeat him. He's right there, right in front of the door. Defeat him, and then you guys will have this weapon. Now, the Inseparable Sword, you guys will be able to acquire this after you give these brothers the twin armor set, and this one is going to be located in this section. Pull up your map, and we're going to go underground. And this one is actually going to be located right here, so I can show you guys really quick. And it's going to be located in this section here. And as you guys see right away, that foe in the back, he's pretty scared and ready for us, because he knows we're heavy and loaded with holy strength damage. Now, one of the best armors that you guys can get is the Veterans full set. Put together, you guys are going to have 77 poise, which is very high. On top of this, it's a very light armor. However, I'm going to be showing you guys later on in the video what exactly you need to do to be able to increase the poise by 30 points in this armor, making it feel like you're running with the bull goat, but it actually is the Veterans. Now, where can you get this armor? This armor, you'll be able to get it from the finger reader Inya by giving her 1800 runes. Pay her up, and then you guys will be able to get this amazing armor that I encourage you guys to get, because it's going to help you with different type of builds, especially this one. And as I promised to you guys, how can we improve the poise on this armor itself? You guys are going to be able to use the Bull Goat's Talisman. This one is going to increase your poise by 26 points, which is an insane amount of points that you guys are going to be adding to this armor. It's going to make you very tanky. And what about if we also add this talisman here, which is the Dragon Crest Great Shield Talisman, which is going to give you guys 20% of your boosting of your physical damage negation. Where can you get the Bull's Goat? First, pull up your map and you guys are going to be able to get this talisman, which I highly recommend it to you guys, which is going to be from the Dragon's Barrel Cave. Go through the cave, and then you'll get to it, and then you're going to find this amazing talisman. The next one is going to be the dragon. This one you guys are going to be able to acquire it, and it's going to be in this section around here. The best way to get there is going through the drainage channel. Go out through it, go through the branch, and it's going to be located through a rooftop, which is going to have an opening, drop down, and is going to be inside of a chest. Now that we got our defense, we are going to increase the power that is within this build, and we are going to be using the Sacred Scorpion Charm. This one is going to help us out with the holy attack by 12%. Even though it's going to lower our damage negation by 10, it's okay because we have the two talismans, the bull's gold and the dragon shield, that are going to help us out with the defense. And by using the Sacred Scorpion Charm, you guys are going to be dealing more damage. And if you guys are at level 150, is going to increase your damage on each of the weapons by 50 additional attack power, which is a great amount of damage, especially if you guys are running this build. And then next, we are going to be using the Shard of Alexander. This one here is going to greatly boost the attack power skill by 15%, which is going to help us out with this build. So pretty much we are just maximizing the power that we are going to be inflicting on foes and bosses. Now, how can we use this build? There is a couple of ways you guys can use this build. One of the ways that you guys can use this build is by using the unique skill that is within this weapon, which is going to be the Corpse Wax Cutter. What this weapon does is that it's like having a minute blasphemous weapon. If you guys haven't gotten a hold of the blasphemous yet, this is an alternative weapon that you guys could use. It does deal good damage. It's not the best damage, but I'm going to be showing you guys later on what else you can do to maximize the holy strength damage, which is going to be the highest damage you guys can have for the best holy strength damage weapon that you guys can get now. The other way that you guys can use this weapon is by just doing the double jumps, which is going to be, you guys are going to be able to see here the tremendous amount of damage just by doing jump attacks, which is an incredible amount of damage. And that is not buffing it. It's 1486. If we are able to buff this and use the different type of things that we need in this build, we are going to be dealing over 2100 damage just on jump attacks. The other way that you guys are able to use this build is by using the Inseparable weapon. This one here is going to deal a lot of damage, 941 when you guys have it just with the cracked tears. Now, the best thing about this weapon is that when you use the special skill, as you guys see there, now we are able to raise the power to 1055. That's a lot. And once you guys are able to infuse this weapon with the special unique skill, let me show you the damage that is able to do. Just on one is going to be 1329. Follow it up with a 1091. Now, you guys can do this because the FP on this, and also what the good thing about it is the length of it that you guys are going to be able to use this weapon. It helps you out with different type of foes. If they're too far away and you guys don't want to mess with them, you guys can use this arc and just keep the distance from them and just take them out just like that. Now, to raise the potency on this build, we are going to be using two crystal tiers. The first one in our wondrous physics is going to be the Faith Not crystal tier, which is going to boost our faith by 10 points for 3 additional minutes. And we're also going to be increasing the holy damage that we are going to be outputting for 3 additional minutes. So if you're new to Elden Ring, holy scales by faith. So the more faith you guys have, the more holy damage you are going to be able to output to your foes and bosses. In this case, we are using the faith and we're also going to increase holy, making a double whammy on foes. Now, let me show you guys really quick something. Now, where can you find the two different crystal tiers? The first one is going to be the holy one. This one, you guys are going to be able to find this by the rune of the lakes. It is going to be in this section here by the minor earth 3. It's going to be located in this section. And the next one is going to be the faith one. It is actually right around here, this section. It is by the Deming Human Forest Ruins. It's going to be off the cliff around this section. Now, we are going to be using 4 incantations in this build. The first one is going to be Flame Grant Me Some Strength, which is going to increase our power by 20% for additional 30 seconds. And we are going to be using Golden Bow, which is going to increase also our power by 15% for additional 80 seconds. We're also going to be using the Lightning Spear and as well as the Black Blade. Both of them level up with faith. So the higher your faith is going to be, the stronger your 2 different incantations are going to be. And we're also going to raise the strength on all the different 4 incantations by just using the Godslayer seal, because this one, it does an incantation scaling by 257, which is going to raise the potency on all the different 4 incantations. Now, if you guys are into NG+, I recommend for you guys to use the Godric's Great Rune. This one is going to raise all attributes by 5 additional points. You guys are going to use the rune arc, use it, and you guys will see that everything goes from 5 additional points. And overall, your build just becomes stronger. You're going to become faster and you are going to be dealing more damage. And as you guys see, also the weapons attack power went up by additional 20 points for each of them. So after using the Great Rune, you guys, right? So after using the Great Rune, you guys are seeing the attack power on the 2 different weapons. Let me show you the sequence of what you guys need to do to make sure that you buff this build to the highest level. We are going to be using our flask. We're going to be using Flaming Grant Me Some Strength and as well as Golden Bow. And you guys will be able to see how much more damage you are dealing now. One of the weapons is at 1148 and the other one is at 1165. And since this is a faith and holy build, everything that is within this build is going to increase. You're going to increase the incantations, like the Lightning Spear is going to become stronger. Now you guys are dealing more damage per hit, and also the Black Blade becomes even stronger. Overall, making this build very powerful, and we are using the gargoyle weapon. That it's a very, very underrated weapon because no one uses it. But guess what? We are able to maximize the holy strength damage within this weapon. I would like to call this one is like the mini blasphemous weapon. It's not as strong as the blasphemous, but with the different type of incantations and also the different type of buff that we are able to use in this build, we are going to be able to come just close enough to a blasphemous strength type of weapon. Now the attribute points for this build are as follow. Vigor is going to be 40, giving us enough HP. Mine is at 30, giving us enough FP to be able to use our different incantations and the special skills within the 2 weapons. Endurance is going to be at 50 because we are going to be heavy enough. So we need to make sure that we put more on endurance so we are light enough to be able to move around really quickly and get away from any trouble. Strength is going to be at 22. And dexterity at 18, intelligence at 9, and faith is going to be our highest, which is going to be 50, and arcane 10. If you guys made it to the end of the video, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. Also, don't forget to hit that like, and also if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscription button because we got a lot more Elden Ring videos and also lots of more gaming related news. Now, if you guys have the blasphemous weapon, take a look at this build here. This one, it's so broken that you guys are going to be feeling like you are cheating.